Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. Today, we're diving into one of the more elusive and valuable coins that often flies under the radar for many collectors, the 1977 Roosevelt dime. While it may seem like just another dime from the late 20th century, the 1977 version holds a special place in the world of numismatics. It's not only a piece of U.S. history, but also a potential treasure for those who are fortunate enough to find one in excellent condition. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just look at your spare change in a whole new way. The Roosevelt dime series, named after Franklin D. Roosevelt, has been part of the U.S. mints coinage since 1946. These dimes are instantly recognizable, featuring a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. While these coins have been minted in large quantities over the decades, certain years, especially those that were struck in limited quantities or have unique characteristics, are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's zoom in on the 1977 Roosevelt dime. The year 1977 may seem like an ordinary year in American history, but when it comes to coinage, it's far from it. The dimes minted that year are known for their quality and, in certain cases, rarity. The 1977 dimes were produced with relatively fewer imperfections than other coins from that period, making them especially valuable for collectors who are on the lookout for well-preserved examples. A key factor that contributes to the value of a coin like the 1977 Roosevelt dime is the condition, or grade, of the coin. Coins that are in mint state, which means they have no visible wear or damage and maintain their original luster, are the ones that typically see significant value. Most of the dimes minted in 1977 saw circulation, and like many coins, they were subject to daily wear and tear. However, a small percentage of these dimes escaped the clutches of the coin machines and daily usage, remaining in pristine condition for decades. These high-quality dimes are often referred to as being uncirculated or gem quality, and this is where their value skyrockets. A 1977 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition can be an absolute gem in a coin collection. The rarity of finding one in perfect condition increases its demand, especially for collectors looking to complete their sets or add a rare and valuable coin to their collection. Now, let's talk about the specific features that make the 1977 Roosevelt dime stand out. One of the key things to look for is the strike quality. The minting process in 1977 was refined, meaning the dimes produced during this year often feature sharp details and a clean design. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1977 Roosevelt dime that has been preserved in mint condition, the coin will likely have a much higher value than its face value of just 10 cents. Another important consideration is the presence of any unique features or mint errors. Though errors are rare, they can significantly increase the value of a coin. If a 1977 Roosevelt dime was struck with a misalignment, double die, or any other unusual feature, it could fetch a much higher price on the market. While such errors may not be present in every 1977 dime, their rarity adds an element of excitement for collectors searching through boxes of change or perusing coin dealers' inventories. One of the most valuable aspects of this coin is its place in the broader context of U.S. coinage. The Roosevelt dime series is one of the longest-running and most iconic series of coins in U.S. history. The 1977 version, being part of this rich legacy, has only increased in desirability among collectors who seek to own pieces of American history. It's not just a coin, but a symbol of a time and place in U.S. history, and for those who understand the significance of Roosevelt's contributions to the nation, it carries even greater appeal. So, you might be wondering, just how much could a 1977 Roosevelt dime be worth? Well, the answer depends on the coin's condition and any unique characteristics it might possess. A typical 1977 Roosevelt dime found in circulation may only be worth a few cents above its face value. However, when you're talking about a mint state coin or one in perfect condition, the price can dramatically increase. For a coin in uncirculated, gem quality condition, the price can be substantial. In fact, some collectors have paid as much as $92,000 for a pristine 1977 Roosevelt dime. Yes, you heard that right, $92,000 for a single dime. While this may sound unbelievable, It's a reality for those who are willing to invest in the rarest and most well-preserved coins. This extraordinary price is not just a reflection of the coin's rarity. It's a combination of historical significance, high demand, and the fact that high-quality 1977 dimes are becoming increasingly scarce as time goes on. If you're fortunate enough to have a 1977 Roosevelt dime in your collection that's in mint condition, you could be holding a valuable piece of American history. To sum up, the 1977 Roosevelt dime might seem like a simple coin at first glance, but when you consider its quality, rarity, and historical value, it becomes much more than that. If you ever come across one in mint condition, you might just have a gem on your hands, potentially worth as much as $92,000. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, keep an eye out for this rare coin. You might just find something worth far more than you expected. Happy collecting, and as always, keep those eyes peeled for treasures. Top 2. We have something truly fascinating to explore. A coin that might just be hiding in your collection or spare change. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about the 1981 Roosevelt dime. While many people might overlook these coins, they can actually be worth a lot more than just 10 cents. If you've ever wondered how a common coin can reach such impressive value, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might look at your change a lot more closely. The Roosevelt dime, named after Franklin D. Roosevelt, has been a staple of American coinage since 1946. It's easily recognizable, with the profile of Roosevelt himself on the obverse, and the reverse featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, which symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. But did you know that not all dimes are created equal? Some, particularly from certain years, are much more valuable than others. The 1981 Roosevelt dime is one of those coins that's earned a reputation for its rarity and value among collectors. What makes the 1981 Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest? For starters, it's all about the condition and how well the coin was struck. Coins from this era are often sought after because they tend to exhibit sharp details and a high level of craftsmanship. While there were a lot of dimes minted in 1981, not all of them have survived the decades in mint condition. In fact, if you can find a 1981 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated or near mint condition, you've got a true treasure on your hands. But the value of this dime isn't just about its physical appearance. It's also about the demand and rarity. You see, when collectors are after coins, they often seek out ones that have remained in excellent condition or have rare characteristics. Some 1981 dimes were produced with subtle flaws or errors that make them even more valuable. For example, a 1981 Roosevelt dime that has been struck with a double die or any other minting error can fetch a much higher price than one that was minted normally. Coin collectors love a good mystery, and when it comes to errors, they can be worth a small fortune. The 1981 dimes that have been kept in pristine condition are the ones that can see a substantial increase in value over the years. If you happen to have a 1981 Roosevelt dime that's in gem quality or uncirculated condition, you've probably got a coin that's worth far more than its face value of just 10 cents. Coins that are uncirculated have no visible signs of wear and tear. They've been kept in mint condition from the moment they were struck, which is incredibly rare for any coin that's been circulating for decades. So, what makes a 1981 Roosevelt dime worth so much in the eyes of collectors? First, it's the scarcity factor. As time goes by, coins that were minted decades ago are harder to find in perfect condition. The coins that were in circulation throughout the years got dinged, scratched, and worn down. So finding one that's as crisp and sharp as the day it was minted is like finding a needle in a haystack. This is especially true for the 1981 Roosevelt dime, which, despite being relatively recent in terms of minting, is rare enough to be considered valuable. But it doesn't stop there. The popularity of Roosevelt dimes among collectors, particularly those from specific years, means that demand for the 1981 dime has only increased as the years go by. Collectors are always looking for ways to complete their sets, and having a 1981 Roosevelt dime in pristine condition can be a key piece of a larger collection. As with most collectibles, the demand will drive the value higher, especially as fewer of these coins are available on the market. If you're wondering how much a 1981 Roosevelt dime could fetch, the value can vary significantly depending on its condition, rarity, and any unique features it might have. In general, most 1981 dimes in good condition will only be worth a little more than face value. perhaps $1 or $2. However, when it comes to uncirculated or mint condition 1981 dimes, the value can go up substantially. For a coin in exceptional, uncirculated condition, you could see it valued at a truly impressive figure. In fact, a high-quality 1981 Roosevelt dime has been known to reach up to $68,000. Yes, that's right, $68,000 for a single dime. This is due to its rarity, its condition, and its desirability among coin collectors. So, if you happen to have one of these coins stashed away in your collection, you could be holding onto a piece of history that's worth more than you might have ever imagined. To put that into perspective, a single dime that you might have overlooked in your coin jar could potentially be worth more than some people's entire savings. It's truly incredible how much value certain coins can hold, and the 1981 Roosevelt dime is a prime example of how the right condition and rarity can make a coin worth a small fortune, as with any valuable coin. It's important to have your 1981 Roosevelt dime professionally appraised if you believe it might be worth more than its face value. A reputable coin dealer or numismatic expert will be able to assess the coin's condition, rarity, and any special characteristics it might have that would increase its value. With the right documentation and verification, you could be looking at a significant windfall from a coin you never thought twice about. In conclusion, the 1981 Roosevelt dime is more than just a simple piece of currency. It's a hidden treasure for those who know how to spot its value. Whether it's the coin's excellent condition, potential mint errors, or its rarity, the 1981 Roosevelt dime has earned its place as one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. And with a value of up to $68,000 for a pristine example, it's clear that this small piece of change can pack a big punch in the world of numismatics. So, next time you're flipping through your spare change, keep an eye out for this gem. You never know. You could be holding onto a treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Happy collecting. Top 3. We're diving into the fascinating world of American coinage, focusing on a classic coin that may be sitting in your collection right now, or maybe even hidden away in your pocket change. We're talking about the 1987 Roosevelt dime. And if you think this dime is just worth its face value of 10 cents, think again. You might just be sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it. The Roosevelt dime has been part of the fabric of American currency since 1946, and its design has remained relatively unchanged over the years. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, while the reverse features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. But what sets certain years of the Roosevelt dime apart, like the 1987 issue, from the rest? It's all about the rarity, demand, and condition of the coin. First things first, let's talk about the general production of the Roosevelt dimes in 1987. This was a year when the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes, so on the surface, it might seem like these coins are far from rare. However, not all of them survived in mint condition, and it's the ones that have remained in pristine condition that can command a high price among collectors. The condition of a coin is paramount in determining its value, and a dime that has been well preserved over the decades can be worth much more than you might expect. One of the most important things collectors look for when assessing the value of a coin is its grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that are graded MS65 or higher are considered to be in gem mint condition, and that's where the 1987 Roosevelt dime starts to shine. If you happen to find a dime from this year that's in uncirculated condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear and tear, it could be worth a small fortune compared to the typical dime you'd find in circulation. And it doesn't end there. If your coin has any kind of unique feature or error, such as a double die or an off-center strike, it can make the value skyrocket even further. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. How much could this dime actually be worth? While most of the 1987 Roosevelt dimes in circulation are worth just a few cents over face value, if you have one that's in exceptional condition, you could see some pretty impressive numbers. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins from certain years in pristine condition, and the 1987 Roosevelt dime is one of those years that can carry a substantial premium. If your 1987 Roosevelt dime happens to be in uncirculated condition, it can easily fetch hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on its grade. But it doesn't stop there. Some coins can reach truly remarkable values when they are in perfect condition or feature unique characteristics. A coin with the right minting error or an exceptional level of preservation can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And for the lucky few, the 1987 Roosevelt dime could potentially reach up to $57,000 if it meets all the criteria that collectors are looking for. Can you imagine holding a coin that's worth $57,000? It's incredible how something as small and simple as a dime could hold so much value. But this is the beauty of coin collecting. Sometimes the most unassuming pieces of currency hold the greatest potential. The world of numismatics is filled with treasures just waiting to be discovered, and your 1987 Roosevelt dime could be one of them. The beauty of the Roosevelt dime isn't just in its iconic design or the legacy of President Roosevelt himself. It's also in the fact that some years of this series, like 1987, have proven to be incredibly valuable. These coins are a prime example of how rarity, demand, and condition can elevate a piece of currency from being worth only 10 cents to being worth thousands of dollars. As we continue to explore the world of coin collecting, remember that the value of a coin isn't always immediately obvious. It takes a trained eye to spot potential treasures and a bit of luck to stumble upon a gem. So, if you happen to have a 1987 Roosevelt dime lying around, take a closer look at it. You might just have a rare coin on your hands that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. To recap, the 1987 Roosevelt dime may seem like just another dime, but if it's in excellent condition or possesses unique features, it could be worth an impressive amount. Coins like this remind us that value isn't just about face value. It's about rarity, condition, and sometimes a little bit of luck. So, next time you go through your change, keep an eye out for the 1987 Roosevelt dime. You never know. It could be worth $57,000 or $57,000 in words, and that's a price tag that would certainly catch anyone's attention. Happy hunting! Top 4. We're diving into an exciting topic that may just spark some curiosity in your pockets. If you're a collector, or even someone who's just getting started in the world of coin hunting, you're going to want to stick around for this one. We're taking a closer look at the 1991 Roosevelt dime, a coin that might look like any other dime you've come across, but don't be fooled. This coin could be worth far more than you think. For those of you who may be unfamiliar, the Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, and it was designed to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. On the obverse, you'll find a profile of Roosevelt himself, and on the reverse, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. But what makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime so special? Well, as with any coin, its value is determined by several factors, including rarity, demand, and condition. So, let's explore why this particular year can be quite valuable. First, it's important to note that the Roosevelt dime is one of the most common coins in U.S. circulation. Each year, millions of these dimes are minted, meaning that finding one in your pocket change is relatively easy. However, the key to unlocking their true value lies in the condition of the coin. In general, coins that are in mint condition or have rare features tend to fetch higher prices in the market. And the 1991 Roosevelt dime is no exception. Now, you might be thinking, how could a dime from 1991 possibly be worth more than its face value? That's a great question, and the answer lies in the concept of coin grading. When it comes to determining the worth of any coin, collectors and dealers turn to a system called coin grading. This system evaluates the coin's condition, with the highest grade being mint state MS, which means the coin looks as if it just came out of the mint, no signs of wear or damage. If you happen to come across a 1991 Roosevelt dime in mint state condition, or one with a grade of MS 65 or higher, you could be sitting on a coin that's worth a lot more than 10 cents. Coins with higher grades are much rarer and sought after by collectors, especially when they've been well preserved over the years. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, being nearly 30 years old, could have naturally gone through the rigors of circulation, which means most coins from this year are likely to show some wear. But if you've managed to find one that's practically flawless, it could be worth significantly more. Collectors are particularly interested in high-grade coins because they are more difficult to find, and they represent the best examples of their kind. For example, a 1991 Roosevelt dime that has been preserved in perfect condition could be worth thousands of dollars. Some coins, depending on their grade and rarity, can even exceed expectations and fetch eye-popping prices at auctions or private sales. Let's talk numbers for a moment. If your 1991 Roosevelt dime is in pristine condition, with a grade of MS-65 or higher, it could be worth anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. But it doesn't stop there. There are certain factors that can drive the price even higher, such as a unique minting error or an unexpected variation in the design. For instance, some dimes from the early 90s have been discovered with slight design changes or minting mistakes, which makes them even more valuable. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces that can never be replicated. If you come across a 1991 Roosevelt dime with an error, such as a double die or an off-center strike, your coin could be worth significantly more than a standard issue. While the vast majority of 1991 Roosevelt dimes are worth only their face value or a little bit more, a few of them have turned out to be extremely valuable due to their exceptional condition or rare features. So, if you're going through your coin jar or pocket change and happen to find a 1991 Roosevelt dime that looks almost perfect, you might want to take a closer look before passing it off as just another dime. You're probably wondering, how much could a 1991 Roosevelt dime potentially be worth? Well, with the right grade, some of these coins can go for prices that would amaze most collectors. When looking at the highest graded examples, a pristine 1991 Roosevelt dime could be worth a whopping $47,000. That's right, $47,000 in words, a jaw-dropping amount for a coin that originally had a value of only 10 cents. This just goes to show how much value can be hidden in the most unassuming places. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, the world of coins is full of surprises. And the 1991 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how something so small can have big value. So, next time you're flipping through your change or browsing your coin collection, make sure to give the 1991 Roosevelt dime a second look. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a rare treasure that could be worth thousands of dollars. Remember, the key to finding value in your coins is paying attention to their condition, their rarity, and any potential minting errors. So, keep your eyes peeled for the next rare gem. It could be hiding in plain sight. Top 5. If you're into finding treasures, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who's curious about coins that might be worth more than their face value, today's video is going to be a real eye-opener. We're focusing on a coin that you've likely seen many times, but may have never considered could be worth a pretty penny. Or should I say, several $1,000s? Yes, we're talking about the 1999 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, the 1999 Roosevelt dime might not seem like a coin worth much more than its face value of 10 cents. After all, the Roosevelt dime has been in circulation for decades and millions of them were minted. However, this particular year holds some unique surprises for those of you who know where to look. You might be sitting on a hidden gem without even realizing it. So let's dive into what makes the 1999 Roosevelt dime special and why it could be worth far more than you think. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency since 1946, designed by the famous artist John R. Sinek. On the obverse, you'll see a profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who is remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which represent liberty, peace, and strength. These elements have remained unchanged throughout the years, making the Roosevelt dime instantly recognizable to any collector or casual observer. Now, why does the 1999 Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest? Well, just like with any collectible item, the value of a coin can be significantly influenced by its condition, rarity, and even its minting errors. The 1999 Roosevelt dime is part of a series of coins minted that year that saw a number of unique characteristics, including specific minting errors and varying conditions. While most coins from this year aren't worth much more than their face value, a few rare 1999 dimes have sold for remarkable amounts, particularly those in pristine condition or those that have a distinctive error. One thing to remember about coin collecting is that condition is key. A coin that has been kept in excellent condition can be worth significantly more than one that's been worn down through years of circulation. For example, if you manage to find a 1999 Roosevelt dime in mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear, it could be graded highly by collectors. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher can attract the attention of serious collectors who will pay a premium for a well-preserved specimen. But it's not just about pristine condition. The 1999 Roosevelt dime also has a couple of interesting characteristics that make it more desirable. For example, there have been some reports of certain 1999 dimes being struck with a slightly higher or lower relief, or having slight errors in the die process. These small inconsistencies are highly prized by collectors who specialize in error coins. A minting error on a 1999 Roosevelt dime could significantly increase its value, especially if the error is rare and hasn't been seen in other coins from the same year. Additionally, the overall demand for Roosevelt dimes, especially for coins with unique features, has been steadily growing. As more people become interested in coin collecting and the numismatic world, the market for rare coins from the late 20th century has started to see an uptick in value. Coins from the 1990s, including the 1999 Roosevelt dime, are becoming increasingly sought after as more collectors look to complete their sets or acquire pieces that represent a specific era in American history. So, you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1999 Roosevelt dime really be worth? Well, the answer depends on its condition, any potential minting errors, and the overall demand in the market. While most of the 1999 Roosevelt dimes you come across in your change jar will probably only fetch their face value or a few extra dollars, there are exceptional cases where a highly graded or error coin can go for far more. For example, in top condition or with a rare minting error, a 1999 Roosevelt dime can be worth thousands of dollars. In some cases, a particularly well-preserved coin or a dime with a unique feature has sold for amounts as high as $33,000. Yes, that's $33,000 in words. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in your collection or hidden in your spare change. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a dime, one that you might not have given a second thought to, could be worth so much. This is why it's always a good idea to keep a close eye on the coins in your pocket, because sometimes the value is hidden in plain sight. So, if you happen to come across a 1999 Roosevelt dime, don't just dismiss it as ordinary currency. Take a closer look. Look for signs of minting errors, unusual features, or any other distinguishing marks that could make it stand out. And most importantly, always check the condition. If it's in excellent condition, don't be surprised if it turns out to be worth far more than you expected. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might come across a rare treasure. The 1999 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how even common coins can have hidden value if you know what to look for. So, whether you're a dedicated collector or just someone looking to learn more about the world of coins, always remember that every coin has its own story, and some of them are worth far more than you might imagine. Who knows? You might just have a 1999 Roosevelt dime worth $33,000 sitting in your collection right now. Happy collecting, and remember to keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures.